Maybelline's next custom touch, we're going to put in portholes into the fender from a 54 Buick. We got 3 of them here, somewhere in this general area. But first we're going to have to make a template so I don't ruin the fender, drilling holes all over the place. So we'll start with a piece of cardboard and figure out our spacing and drill some holes in here and play around with it on the car until we get it to where we like it. Let's put these in. I don't have any retainer brackets for the back side, so I'll have to fabricate something that will lock it against the fender once it's mounted. Okay, so I like the general fitment so far. I just need to know where I'm going to go up and down. I like this spacing here and location. So I'm going to tape these to the car inside out, so to speak. I'll show you. Go higher or lower? Definitely not lower. I don't know, I think I like it where it is. How about that? First try. All right, we're gonna go with that. I need to get this metal cleaned and prepped. It's had some previous body work done to it that I actually had to chisel off. I'll put in a clip of that earlier on. Okay, so we got the fender stripped down to bare metal. You can see signs of a previous patch years ago. We might have to rework some of that a little bit. The bottom of the fender, not so nice. But I have an idea to take care of that and at the same time add another custom touch to this car. Old Maybelline's shaping up to be something else, I'll tell you that. All right, so I got to rework the metal in this area. It's a little warped from probably when it was welded. So I'm going to hammer and dolly that, get that straight, and then we can continue back with fitting those Buick portholes. This area in here was stretched, oil can effect, where it was pushing in and out like an oil can would. So pulling it out, the low spots with these pins, hammering out the high spots to push that metal all back together in the center. I might have to heat, nope, there it goes. I'm gonna have to heat shrink that to collect the molecules in the center and shrink them into the center to relocate the metal to get rid of that oil can effect. More tools. I should also note this is a unibody car. This fender is actually welded onto the structure from the factory. So it's not like I can take it off and rework it on the bench. And I can't access behind this area because there's a welded in inner shield. So I'm going to do my best to get it from the outside. Worst case, I'll have to cut an access hole into the inner fender, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, so I got this shrinking bit to put onto my tool. Try and get that excess metal out. access area behind the fender that I can slide in this pry bar to help push out the dent. You can see it there, but we're getting it. The heat shrinking helped out quite a bit. It's getting there. So I'm able to get this dolly slid in behind there, and I got my slapper file to keep working this out. We're getting really close. So I got the metal back into shape, straightened out. We got that stretched oil can area tightened up. Had to shrink the metal, as you saw. Work it, hammer and dolly. Took some time and some tools, but we got it. I gotta say, this fender's taken a lot of repairs to it. If you've seen the earlier video where the front of the fender, that was all smashed in, take a look back at that video to see how I repaired that. I think that was on the one where we were introducing Maybelline, a couple of episodes prior to this one. So check it out. And now let's get back to this one. So what I did on those, I used the same one as my template. I marked center with a little black mark to line up on my center line each time. I have my spacing of 2 7/8 between each hole. Just gonna stare at it for a little bit, make sure I like it, and then we'll start cutting. I don't like it. I want to move it up 1 more inch forward. It seems too far back to the door. So I'll do it again. How about now? Okay, I like this a lot better. Even though it was only 1 1/8 ahead further, it just had a better balance to it. So I'm going to, I got to draw my inner oval to where I'm going to cut out. Because remember, I need to have it smaller so the porthole doesn't fall through. We'll start with one and see how that goes. Okay, so that's what I have to work with. Let's see what happens. Down, 2 to go. Let's take a look at Maybelline at what we've done so far. We have that custom grille from a 51 Ford pickup, Frenched in headlights, which I'll talk more about in a future video, so please check back in for that one. And today's accomplishment, those beautiful Buick portholes, also known as venti-ports for the purists out there. Custom installed into the fender. I think they came out real nice. Actually, I like them a lot. They really came out just how I wanted. Had the vision, had some inspiration behind this one, and I'm glad I was able to pull it off. So we're gonna do some more customizing to this car If you haven't subscribed, please consider so you won't miss a single episode. And check back in. Thanks for watching.